Hi guys, I'm Tony Aldon. Welcome to the LN Room. This is the first episode, and today we're going to talk about CLN. We're using Lightning CLI to create an invoice and to pay that invoice. So to do this, we are going to use one script that is provided in the Lightning repository, startup regtest, that allow you to spin up a network, a Lightning network on top of the chain regtest. So those commands are provided: start ln, connect, fund nodes, and today we are going to use those subcommands of Lightning CLI. So get info to get some info, list channel, list balances, invoice to create the invoice, and pay to pay that invoice. So let's jump into the terminal. So I am in the Lightning repository. I source the contrib startup regtest. So it provides me some command here, there. So start ln 3, which starts 3 nodes on regtest. Connect 1, 2, which connect L1 to L2. Fund node, stop ln and destroy ln. So we're going to use some of them right now. So we're not going to build a network with 3 nodes, but only with 2, because we just want to look at a simple invoice. So I want to start 2 nodes. So it is creating a Bitcoin called default in regtest, and it offers us those aliases, those other commands that we are going to look at. So alias, so just to be sure to see exactly what the other commands do, we can do this. We want a node, and we want BT and area. So we have those aliases. We can see, for instance, this one, that BT CLI, it's just Bitcoin CLI with a regtest argument. And here L1 CLI, it's just an aliases for Lightning CLI with the directory, which is the temporary directory L1 regtest. We can also look at the log, and we have the same thing for L2, for the second node. So what we can do, it just maybe to have some info on the chain that we have. So we see that we are on the chain regtest. We have some other information, and here we have the balances which is 0. We haven't mined nothing. So what we can do now is to connect. Maybe we first we're going to get info of the node 1. So here is, maybe we just add some color to make it pretty. So we have the ID here, an alias, the color, and here we can see that right now we have no peers, so we are not connecting with the other node, and we have neither we have a channel open. So now if we can do the same for L2, and we're going to get the same kind of information. So if we look at peers, we have no peers right now connected. So connect 1 to 2. So we are going to connect the node 1 to the node 2. So here is the result of that connection, and we can continue. And now, if maybe if we do this, get the info, and we should see some peers. And now peers, so we have one peers to see, and our peer is the node 2. The node 1, and this is the same if we look at the node 1, and maybe we can do something like this. Okay, so we have one peer that we can see. Now do we have channel? So normally if we look at the channel, we have nothing. We can do the same for the node 2. We have no channels open. Maybe so we can look at I don't remember exactly, it is called, okay, balances. So L1 CLI because balances, and we see right now that we have nothing in our balance. So you can see here, so we have nothing, and this is the same for L2 CLI for the node 2. So now we have the node connected on the regtest chain, and we are going to fund fund a channel between the node 1 to the node 2. To do that, we use the script, one of the commands offered in the script, which do that for us, because right now we set up the network, and then the goal is just to use the invoice subcommand and the pay command today. Maybe later we could look at the script in another episode of LN Room. So we're waiting. It should give us the information, and to do so, after we're going to look at the chain regtest to see how many blocks have been mined. Okay, so now if you remember, before we have CLI, so what up. Okay, sorry, so we are not looking at this. What we're going to do is BT-CLI, and what we want is to get the info. Okay, so now we have some money in our wallet default, and we can see that we've mined we've mined 108 blocks. So let's continue. So now we can see the channel, listed channels. Okay, so I will put some color. So we have one channel. There are two entries in the channel, but they are, if I'm not wrong, so if I'm wrong, you tell me in the comment below. But here we have the two channels where the source and destination are just changed. So you can see here. And I've just here we have the channel flag which is 0, and there channel flag which is 1. It just say who is with the node that fund the channel, and in the channel we have this amount of coins. So now we have a channel, and we have found we have a channel with outbound binding money from node 1 to node 2. So we what we do is one thing we can see is list. I don't remember. Okay, so it's BKR. I never remember the name. So L1 CLI. Okay, and now we see some money in the wallet. So if you see here, we have this amount of coin. So if someone can tell me in the comment what's the difference between this amount and this one, I would appreciate. So I haven't looked before, and now we can look at this one. And normally, with as the channel as fund from the node 1 to the node 2, we should have a balance of 0. So this is what we have here. Okay, so we are going to create the invoice from the node 2, because this is the only path. L1, the node 1 is the only one that can pay someone in this network. So L2 CLI, and we use the command invoice. Okay, so this is that. What we can do is to look at man. No, it's I want just to show you the help buffer, not the help L2 CLI help, and we want some help of the invoice which will fire the man page. And here we have invoice. So the first we take the amount in millisat, label and description. Those are the three mandatory elements that we have to give to create the invoice. So node 2 CLI, and now let's say we're going to bet some amount 20,000 sat. We give it a label. I think this label is just to how to say, it's help you get information about that invoice with that label. And now we are going to say, okay, this is for one pizza we create. Okay, normal. So this is not a command, and now we have the thing. And okay, so let's look at this. So we have those information, and this one is the one that we want. Okay, this is the Bolt 11 that we're going to use to pay the invoice. So we get these, and now we want to pay. Okay, first, before we pay this invoice, we're looking at the list invoices of the node 2. So we see that we have one invoice. Okay, so it's better like that. So we have the label inv1, we have the Bolt 11, we have the payment hash, and here we have the status that that invoice hasn't been paid yet. So now we can pay that invoice with the node 2, the node 1, L1 CLI pay. I like to see the help page. It offers always the thing that we want to know. So command for sending a payment to a Bolt 11 invoice. So we can see that the only mandatory argument that we have to give is this Bolt 11, but we could pass other element, but not in this episode. So node 1 is going to pay the invoice. So the invoice, okay, LNB. Here we have the invoice. L1 CLI pay Bolt 11. We pay. We hope this is working. So now it says that this has been paid, and we can do I think 3 things now. We just going to list invoice of L2 to see that now you can see that paid at. So that invoice has been paid at the Unix time that we see here. What can we do? We can also see BR, BKPR, so we can see the balances. If you remember before, the balance of the wallet of the node 2 was 0, and we are happy. It works, and we have paid the invoice, and the node 2 is happy for the pizza it provides us. And normally we can see something else, just this balance of the node 1 to see that it had less money than it had before. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do today with you. I hope you enjoyed the video on this first LN room. I hope next time we will be more in the LM room. See you next time.